The S14 is broken, but I don't play around, and this box already got a fix for it. Now, if you're tuning in and you don't know what happened, I'm gonna explain it to you. And it's my fault. I'm gonna be honest and come out and say it was my fault. In 2019, I did bad wiring on the car. I used a red butt connector, and those are they're not good. So the wire basically was pulling apart, coming loose. I did wire the car from scratch, so I have a lot of knowledge on wiring, but it slipped my mind, bro. I'm thinking, why did the fuse not pop? But resistance doesn't increase amperage, and high amps is what pops a fuse. So what happened was the wires were coming apart, barely touching each other, causing a lot of resistance. The higher the resistance, the more heat you have, and it basically burned the entire butt connector, and it burned the closest connection, which was the terminal on the bulkhead, melted the plastic on the bulkhead. I'm gonna show you guys that in a second. Melted the plastic in the connector. So it's basically trash, but I have already, okay, I'm fast with it because in 1 week I actually have to drive Sebring again. This should be end all be all because it was pretty expensive, but if I don't ever have to worry about another issue from back there in the car ever again, then it's worth the money. Because imagine this happened at Mid-Pond or like an actual track out of state, that would have sucked real bad. I've never purchased a product from Radium Engineering, so this is pretty cool. Okay, this replaces the bulkhead and the hanger. And later on in the video, you guys will see what I mean. If you haven't ever done this on your car, or you don't have an S14, I'll show you, but it's basically the part that seals the fuel tank and then also this long hanger that at the bottom holds the fuel pump. So this whole assembly replaces everything. It's not just the cap on top of the fuel tank, it's everything. You can also, I'm not gonna do this because this is not a pro car. This is meant for like pro level cars. But there's 2 of these brackets that hold the fuel pump because if you wanna do dual fuel pumps, you need 2 brackets to hold each one. Oh yes, oh my gosh, come on. Dude, this is pro level. I don't have a pro car, but like, dude, this is way better than the stock one I have, that's for sure. The wiring's there already. So they supplied a lot of stuff. Usually clamps have holes in them, they have little slits, and when you do that with rubber lines, it can cut into them and then end up breaking them or causing a leak. These are the clamps that have no holes. I think they're called worm clamps or some sort of other name, but this means I can use these on rubber lines and not have to worry about the holes or the slits digging into them and cutting them open. This, I don't know if the ones that are on there right now are not OEM, but like that. Another one. So here's push lock. If you're using push lock, which I don't have. It's electrical. These are all the nuts and stuff for the bulkhead on the top when I do my terminals. This is connectors, extra connectors to use. Oh my, dude, nah, come on. Radium, you guys are actually goated. It came with a fuel sock. That's fire. Might be able to use that. 2 fuel socks if you do dual. More connectors. This is so good, bro. This is how a package should be. The ring terminals. So, zip ties. Radium. Damn, that was actually 5. And then this, there's 2 because this is for a dual fuel pump setup if you want to do that. I'm doing single, so I just get this, connect this to the fuel pump, and then this goes to the top of the bulkhead, and that's my line. So I don't have to go to AutoZone and buy lines. This is how every product should come, with everything you need, so you're not going out and getting stuff here and there. And then also the hanger to connect to the tank inside. This is fire. Look at everything I have. Gonna be my working space for today. I have 2 bucket seats now, so it's gonna be very hard to work if I go from there. So I'm just gonna go from here. I'll just be sitting in the trunk. I gotta get the bulkhead off. Shouldn't be too hard to do. Okay. All right, I just got all the lines disconnected and it smells like race gas. And race gas is such a strong smell. It's almost burning my nose a little bit. There wasn't a ton of fuel that sprayed out when I took the lines off. So now I'm kind of just waiting for all the fuel to kind of drain out of the lines. And then the bulkhead's easy to get off. It's like a little screw, but it's very tight. So you have to use a flathead and a hammer and kind of like chisel away and slowly turn it until you can screw it off. And then once that's off, I can pull out the bulkhead. I can pull out the hanger, the fuel pump, bulkhead. It all comes out in one piece. it is. Now this is where I think I messed up. This connector is where I think the issues came from. I think all the wiring outside of the bulkhead was fine, but then when it came to this connector on the bottom side is where it was still messed up to the point where it just didn't want to work anymore. No. Okay, this is 1,000,000% why the fix did not work. Oh my gosh. No wonder it did not work. Look at that. That's gnarly. That is actually crazy. Okay guys, so it's actually nighttime right now, so I closed the garage, but making progress still on this. The fuel pump is off of the old OEM hanger and I got the fuel sock installed. Radium said I have to heat that up to fit it over this, but I'm gonna see if that's true or not, because I'm not too sure. All right, so it's the clamp, so now I'm gonna heat this side up. There we go. Kind of. Yes. Yes. Bam. That was perfect. I did it like this. That way it's kind of sitting more over the body and not sticking out too much because I don't want it to interfere with the tank when we drop it in. This is pretty fire so far. This is the harness it came with. So I'm just gonna replace that into this fuel pump. Clicks into place, super simple. And then this will hook up to the radium connector that goes to the bulkhead. So I think this is done for now. All right, so I have this. Allen goes through, and then you put the nut on top. Ooh, yo, I actually almost hurt my wrist doing that. That was crazy. So these are secured and ready to go. These are meant to hold two, but it said even if you use one fuel pump, you still need both of these to make it more rigid. So I'll still have to install both of these brackets, even though I'm not doing dual fuel pumps. I'm making sure these are really tight just because it's not serviceable once it's in. It's kind of like on its own. Now I need to take one bolt and put it down here in the bottom. Bam, over that. And then I'm also gonna put a nut right there. So. These two, I'm gonna break these loose. Boom. All right, now that that's in, I can probably put the fuel pump in now. So I'm gonna do that. This is pretty, all right, this is basically it. This is our new fuel hanger. This is what it looks like. This is low key, pretty sick. Not gonna lie. So I think we're supposed, yeah, we have to secure this line and then these wires. So let me do that real fast. I think it's 2 zip ties and then we'll be good. This is much cleaner. This is way cleaner. So check this out. Zip ties, there's grooves right here, 4 zip ties, and it basically holds the line and the wire. The OEM one does not have this. I mean, you probably could make something, but this is nice. This is really clean. So I'm gonna call it a night, but tomorrow we're gonna pick up and then actually get this installed in the tank with the bulkhead and wire it up and fire the car up and do everything tomorrow. It's gonna be a busy, busy day tomorrow. So I'll see you guys then. All right, so it's the next day. Ready to get started. It's pretty early, but one thing I didn't do yesterday that I need to do is use this, which is a quick connect. My S14's never had quick connect, so this is gonna be pretty cool, but basically these are super easy. These 2 tabs, you just press them down and then it's super easy to pop these off. So this part that's already pre-installed, the end of this tube, it's not, I'll show you the difference. So you see how this is barbed, right? And then also, if you look at like this, if you can see through the paper, on the end, you see how it's like a cone shape. And now you see how this one is straight. A straight connector like this is meant for quick connect. All right, this is tightened and this is pretty much ready to connect to the tank. By the way, this is what the inside looks like, if you guys can see. All right, so now I'm gonna do some wiring, and I don't think it's gonna be too bad. The fuel pump, I don't have to touch pretty much anything inside the tank for. The loud ad bird. The fuel, Loud ad bite. I gotta cut those wires and then strip them. And I have these terminals right here. They're both 2-wire connectors. So I'll have to do 2 wires into one connector, 1 wire into the other, and then I have to wire it up on the actual bulkhead. The only concern I did have is these nuts on both sides. I don't know, these might be locking nuts. I haven't even opened the package yet, but my worry is if they're not locking nuts, how do they actually stay connected? Because if they come loose, I'm gonna have the same issue with the resistance and then the same problem. And then also, these are push lock, 2 of these, so I'll have to change those out, but the kit does come with new ones, so I'm set. All right, I'm gonna hop in the trunk and do some wiring. Pretty much we have to connect these ring terminals to these 2 right here. Now hopefully these are locking nuts because that'll make this a lot easier. Yes, okay. Thankfully these are locking nuts. So I think there's a small taper in the actual threads. That way when you tighten it down, it stays. Thank you, because if these weren't locking nuts, I would have been very worried about how they would stay connected with all the vibrations and stuff from the car. Okay. So they're good on there now. So you can see, look, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's pretty much done. So what's gonna happen is these 2 wires are gonna connect to the 2 connectors we just pinned. I need to make sure I actually connect them properly because they're not marked. And then this will go to the fuel pump. The push connector will go boom into there, and then this can drop down on top. Now I still gotta change out these 2 right here because these are for push lock and I need to have barbed for just regular fuel line. So now that it's tight, I can still move it around, and I'm gonna point that there. When I take this one off, I need to rotate the crossover going back that way because they're all pointed the same way and I can't rotate it with this on. So I'm gonna pop this one off. So now this is the proper orientation. You can see I can still move all of these. Now these are all barbed, so I can just connect fuel lines directly there. And I took the push connects off. The next step now would be to install this in the car, and then we have to obviously do the wiring for the top portion, which is not gonna be super hard, but it will also be in the trunk. We have to also put this on here. Sorry, I'm already sweating because I was back there just trying to work some other stuff out, but I'm gonna drop this in, and once it's in, I'll see you guys after.
35-bit back. Lower back. Spine annihilating units.
That was not easy at all, but I got the new hanger installed in the tank. I got the ring over the bulkhead, got the bulkhead on, got the connectors in. For some reason, the connector was really hard to like clip together. I don't know why, but I got it on. I had to put a zip tie in the middle, put the screw cap on it. Look, I'll just show you guys, but I basically finished it, that's a plus. So I'm gonna take this and I'm gonna cut these wires somewhere, like, I don't know, up here or something. Put them on ring terminals, and then these 3 wires, I'm gonna cut these somewhere. But all these are gonna be on ring terminals, and then I'll just connect it down there. That was painful, but here's how we're looking. Got ring terminals on these. I used the blue ones because I like those, to be honest, and I used the ones that Radium gave us with these wires because these are like 18, 20 gauge wires. They're smaller, and the blue ones wouldn't work, but they all have ring terminals, so now I just need to install them on that. But I'm gonna get these fuel lines on first, and so once the fuel lines are on, I'll do the electrical connections, and then we can test this thing out. Hooked up everything, and it was actually a lot of work. I'm gonna close the circuit breaker, and then we're gonna test this out, see if there's any leaks or anything. Just because I want to check, fuel pressure should be like at 0 or close to 0 because it just, I guess that's just how this setup is, but yeah, 0. New parts, it's just gonna, you know, act a little bit different, no big deal, but S14 revived again. I stay reviving this car, bro. I needed to revive and just stay like that. The S14 is fixed, and in 1 week, there's Sebring, which means I am taking the S14 to Sebring, and I'll see you guys there. Thanks for watching. Goodbye.